Welcome to Sight Firearms Training Institute, located just outside of Las Vegas, Nevada. My name is Brad Ackman, and I am your Director of Training. We are the dominant force in personal protection and self-defense.
My name is Chip Bromfield, and I'm from Littleton, Colorado. Most people know it as Columbine. My profession is a full-time sports photographer. Found Sight from a number of friends of mine who suggested that this is the place to come to train. Started off about 5 years ago, 20 years ago when I got married. My wife says I never ever want to have a gun in the house. I said no problem, I wasn't raised with guns. Well, about 5 years ago I had a friend introduce me to sporting clays, and a couple months later my wife said one day, "Honey, I've been thinking." I said, "What are you thinking?" She says, "I've been thinking I ought to get a gun. So you'd like to come sporting clay shooting with us?" She says, "No, I've been thinking about home defense." I'm thinking, whoa. Well, based off that, we decided if we're going to do this, we need to take it incredibly serious. We need the education and we need the training, and Sight seemed to be the place to present that. So when we did it, I had a buddy say, "Hey, you got to get into this." Membership came up. As far as offering certificates, we rolled into a 4-day defensive handgun course. It was a certificate. I paid $150 for that. My wife and I came out here. We looked at the facility. I'm thinking, why would I ever need to take a 4-day defensive handgun course a second time? Well, the first day we come to lunch, and I said, this is unbelievable. I don't know how they do it for $150 for 4 days. So we came out here, we looked around, the level of professionalism with the staff, the facility. I just couldn't understand how they can afford to do this at this discounted rate. Well, it comes out that after the 4 days of defensive handgun course, you just go, oh my God, we got to do this again. Because we retained about 50% of the information. Couldn't believe it. We weren't even sure we had fun the first time we came back until about a week later we realized we did have fun. So we bought a membership after that. It's a lifetime. We're first family members. And now we can come out here and try all sorts of different courses. Right now we're out here just starting our 2-day practical rifle course, and it's just been about a half a day. It's been fantastic. Our experiences out here have been absolutely phenomenal due to the fact, again, the level of professionalism, the training. All the instructors out here are overachievers. When you hear their stories and where they came from and how they teach the Sight way is unbelievable. We cannot say enough about the level of instruction from the first time not firing a gun coming out here. For my wife, for instance, she feels so comfortable after 4 days. We're down that practical rifle course. We've got half day. She's doing amazingly well. She feels incredibly comfortable. When it comes to Sight and how I handle talking to somebody about our experiences out here, I have to ask them a couple questions. The question is, what is it about a gun that you're not sure about? And it comes down to, this is politically incorrect, but it comes down to a simple thing. Number one, the bumper sticker that I like is, spoons make Rosie O'Donnell fat like guns kill people. The bottom line is it's the person that's using the tool. Dr. Piazza, I'd like to thank you very, very much. You have given us an opportunity of instruction that is such a high level that my wife and I cannot thank you enough. I do now have a carry permit for Colorado. I do carry 99% of the time, and by doing that I have the confidence. We also have the levels of awareness. We follow those no matter where we go, whether it's downtown Denver or even in the suburbs. So I'm very conscious of how I've learned the training here. We'll continue to work with our training, and I got to tell you, you're absolutely the #1 person when it comes to marketing of any product or service. America, what I'd like to say is this. Again, 5 years ago I had no idea about handguns or rifles or anything else. The bottom line is I have now been educated, and I say educated, not indoctored or anything else. The bottom line is this, and our society is a polite society. When I look at crime rates in the areas of our country and where the gun laws are, those are restricted, that's where crime rate is high. So you can't argue with statistics when it comes to firearms, and you have to understand the Second Amendment of what our forefathers put in there and why. Friends of mine might say, hey, well, that was way back then. They were talking about muzzle loading, not automatic rifles or any of those type of platforms. And I have to say one thing. Number one, why was the Second Amendment actually introduced? The bottom line was so that we, as the people who vote, run this country, is for our politicians and elected officials. They work for us. We don't work for them. We cannot be overpowered by our country ever like other countries of this globe. And the days that it does, and you turn in those firearms, whether in Australia, Great Britain, or any of the other countries, you have to look at their crime rate and where it is. We are a free country. We are freedom. That's what this country is built on. And based off of that, that's why we as Americans need to be educated, each and every one of you, whether you agree or disagree with firearms, get educated on the fact and then make your decision. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Google+. And you can find those links below. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay current on your training and the latest developments at Front Sight.